Hey, what's up guys? Joey Andron with Simply Vegas and the Chakits group. Thanks so much for tuning into my market update for the Las Vegas Valley. Today is February 9th, 2023. So let's just dive in, guys, because I think you are really going to enjoy this data. I was pleasantly surprised today when I pulled it up, and I just want to tell you that each report comes out 30 days later. So the December comes out in January, January comes out in February, February comes out in March. So we're gonna be looking at the January data, but it is extremely promising. And we've actually seen an uptick in the mortgage applications as rates have come down a little bit. And you know, with all the incentives being offered from the sellers or the new home builders, we're starting to see a lot of activity because it's really making a lot of sense for buyers to get back out there. So let's just dive in here real quick. This is the MLS, and I just want to scroll down here real quick and show you this. So active listings across the entire MLS. As you can see, we hit a high back in September of 13,332 homes that hit the market. That, I mean, as you see down here, we are at 4,900, and as the interest rates increased, we just blew up with inventory. Everybody was trying to race against the clock and just get their property on the market to hurry up and sell it. As you can see, we had a peak here. But as we fast forward, you can see this trend line go down. November, December, and then into January. So January, we're sitting at 8,551 homes, active homes on the entire MLS. That is without putting in any criteria, okay? Let's see, we did have a little bit of an uptick on new homes hitting the market. We went from 2,500 to 3,472. What I think is happening is that sellers are now putting their homes back on the market because the interest rates have come down and they're adjusting and making sure that they're in line with affordability. So we did see a little uptick here. We're going to look at sales. Sales, we went down. So as you can see back here in March of 2022, it was 4,500 and we had 1,865. That was closed sales across the entire MLS. So we're starting to see some closed sales. We did have a little uptick in inventory, but our supply is at 2.8 months of inventory. Now for like a strong seller's market, they say you're supposed to be over 6 months of inventory, but we are in a seller's market and it's due to those high interest rates. So sellers are more willing to negotiate and come off their list price or offer those incentives that I mentioned before. So let's go ahead and dive into the real data here. So I want to look at previously owned homes between 310 and 420,000, and a really popular criteria is between 1,500 up to 2,000 square feet. We're going to go back here in June of last year. Let's go home sales, new listings, sales price. Here we go. So sales price. So as we look into 2021, let's go all the way back to 2021. Our median home price for 310,000 up to 420,000, 1,500 square up to 2,000 square feet. We were at $340,000 for a median home price. As you can see this trend line, as we went through that anomaly market of 2022, the pandemic market, right? We are seeing this trend line increase, 375, 380, 381, 385. As we get into 2023, check this out. We are $385,000 for the median home price. So we're not seeing a major crash or correction in this market. A lot of people are waiting for this market to crash because there's so much clickbait on YouTube and the news, all the information that they're pumping out is doom and gloom. That's their job, right? They want viewers and people cling on to the television or YouTube because they have this affinity towards doom and gloom. Everybody just likes to panic, right? But if you look at the real data, we've been pretty consistent. We've had a pause in the market where new home sales had slowed down. New mortgage applications slowed down because interest rates. People got sticker shock because they went from a $2,500 payment to a $3,800 payment in such a short period of time that they had no other option but to cancel their contracts. Yeah, it's not rocket science. So the news is pumping out this information that people don't want to purchase. It's not that, it's just that they have to make sure that it's affordable to them. And when you have over $1,000 increase on your monthly mortgage payment, well, you got to step back for a second and reevaluate your finances in this market. So it's completely normal. But as you can see, our median home price here is $385,000. Now let's go into $420,000 or more price range, up to 2,000 square feet. As you can see, again, we're flatline. In June of last year, $464,800 was the median home price. And as we scroll across, $465,000 again. So we're not seeing a major retraction or market crash. And a lot of people who sign up on our website to perform their property search, they have the mentality, what we're experiencing is that they're waiting for the market to correct and they're waiting for 2008 all over again. But I can tell you, we have such a high absorption rate in our marketplace right now that we're not going to experience that. We don't have a lot of inventory based on specific criteria, and all homes that are priced within the $420,000 to $500,000, $550,000 are not all created equal, because some homes are just trash, to be honest, and some are very, very nice, and the ones that are very, very nice sell very, very quickly. So people understand that if you like a house, you have to make a move because somebody else is going to get it. It doesn't matter what type of market you're in. Homes might stay on the market for a little bit longer than what they did last year, which is completely normal because the frenzy is over. But people understand that if they find something that they like and it fits their family's needs and their lifestyle, they got to make a move, and they have to make a move pretty darn quickly. So we're pretty excited about this data, okay? And the best time to purchase a home was always 5 years ago, right? Everybody always talks about, oh, if I could have purchased a house in 2008, I would have so much equity in my house now. Well, look, if you go back to 2021, 450 was the median home price. You fast forward over here to 2023, it's 465. So you still have equity, right? Now let's go to 2,500 square feet. Look at this trend line. July of last year, we were 505. Even in January of 2022, 488,000. Look at the trend line, guys. We're going into December of last year, 520,000, and now we're at the 523,000. So prices are still increasing. So I really want you guys to have an understanding of this. This comes right from the MLS. This is not an article that I wrote or a third-party article. This is not something that we created for this market update. This is coming directly from the MLS. So as you can see, prices are still continuing to rise. Now let's go into new construction. New construction here, September 522,600. We've come down a little bit, 517. So we've come down, $5,000, so $6,000 on new homes. Is that a market crash? Not really, right? So what the home builders are doing, and one in particular, they had a 60. So KB Home had a 68% cancellation rate across the entire United States for their new homes. 68%. That's staggering. But why was that? It was because construction costs were running rampant. Home builders were trying to keep their business profitable, and they had to raise prices based on demand because people were bidding on homes and they were doing crazy things in order to get prices, right? Or to get homes, which, hey, it is what it is, right? So that's the market that we are in. But now as we are coming down, construction costs are coming down, home builders are able to level out the playing field, and they're offering these incentives, $20,000 towards the design center, 1 year rate lock, which typically will cost them about $12,000. And they're offering some sort of closing costs with their preferred lender. So they're offering all these incentives, which are great because for any buyer, it's going to minimize your out-of-pocket expenses, and it's just more appealing to get back into the market. But what KB is doing is they have a new addendum in their purchase agreement that says that they will price protect you. So if you're 30 days out from closing on your home and they drop the base price of that model match, the same home, A elevation, specific floor plan, they drop that base price, well, they're going to adjust your base price. They're not going to hold you to close on that house at a higher base price, whether it be $5, $10, $15, $20,000, whatever that number is. If there's a correction in the neighborhood, they're going to bring your base price down, and you're going to be in line with those prices in that neighborhood. So, I mean, I've never seen that before, or a home builder do that. But this is another layer of security that they're offering the home buyers just to move their inventory. So if you purchased a home, or if you were in the marketplace, last year, you were on a waiting list, or you were in a drawing, or you were bidding $50, $20, $75,000 above the base price, waiving contingencies, you're doing crazy things. So if you compare last year to this year, it is such a better time to buy a house just because of all the incentives that you can get. So keep that in mind, guys. All right, so let's look at this real quick. I want to see days on market for these homes. Let's go back to previously owned. These are resale homes, $420,000 or more. Back last year in January, or let's say February, 9 days was on the market. That was a typical listing. And as you see, we scroll over here in January, 12 days. So, an extra 4 or 5 days on the market. You tell me, are we in a crash? It looks like there's pretty good absorption there. Now, if we saw an average of, 60, 70, 80, 90 days on the market, that's a different story. But, in any market, homes should stay on the market for at least 30 days. Right? That's going to give them time to season. You're going to get enough showings. You're going to get enough offers to where you can present those to the sellers. But, if you see a house that you like and it's priced right, typically it's going to sell pretty darn quickly here. So guys, I hope you're tracking with what I'm saying here. I'm probably the most optimistic in any market, because there's always opportunity, whether you're a seller or whether you're a buyer, right? There's typically never an easy or level playing field when it comes to real estate, right? It's never this. Someone's always going to benefit more. And right now the buyers are benefiting more. Last year, the sellers and home builders benefited, right? So right now, if you're in the market to purchase a home, you got to start looking what's out there. You have to get with a lender, see what your interest rate's going to be, what your affordability is going to be, and then you can look at the inventory and make an educated decision. But guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps with the algorithm. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me or my team directly. And if you have any questions about this data, or if you like a snapshot of this, let me know. I'll be more than happy to send it to you, but leave all your comments below as well. I would love to hear your feedback and what your thoughts are on the real estate market. Let's just go here real quick to pending sales. All right, so we have pending sales. Let's look at this. October 2021, 51,736. Look at that. That's staggering. That's how many pending sales in 1 month across the entire valley. Now let's go down to 2023. We have 35,643. So we are down, obviously, right? We were like peaking at this time of the market, right? Look at this, 50,000, but we're still seeing a really high absorption rate. If we go back pre-pandemic, 39,751, 44,000. We're not that far off from where we came from, right? So 35,643 pending sales. Let's look at our closed sales. Back here, pre-pandemic, 40,000, and we are at 36,800. So 4,000 closed home difference. It's not a huge difference here. So guys, I want you to really take this data in. Don't feed into all the clickbait on YouTube and the doom and gloom on the news. Really, you have to look at the data to make an educated decision. And all the third-party articles that are coming out, they are trying to sway your mindset, okay? Keep this in mind. Blackstone, if you're not familiar with them, they're a major fund. And what they did in 2008 when the market crashed, they bought tens of thousands of homes across the United States. Tens of thousands of homes, and they turned them into rentals. And people thought that they were nuts, overbidding, pricing people out of their marketplace, and they were taking advantage of the opportunity. They turned all of their real estate assets into rentals. So they controlled markets, they controlled the rental prices in those specific markets. And then what happened when the market started heating up? They sold all of their real estate and they made 6 times their money. Okay. Now, what are they doing? If you've been reading the articles, they have been buying, again, tens of thousands of properties across the United States, and now they're turning them into rentals. JP Morgan, they're all doing it. They're getting into the market because they see the opportunity. The average buyer is afraid of getting into the market because they think it's going to crash. That's what they want you to believe. They want you to get out of the market so they can buy up all the real estate, control it, and turn you into a renter. So if you are having overanalysis paralysis about buying a home and you think that the market's going to crash, well, you know what? You're either going to pay a mortgage for yourself or you're going to pay your landlord's mortgage. No matter how you slice it, just because you're paying rent doesn't mean you're not paying a mortgage. The only difference is that you don't have the equity over time. So if you are jumping from state to state, city to city, and you can't commit to one place, I understand about renting. But if you're going to stay in a location for 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, you have to buy real estate. That's the only way that you're going to create wealth, major wealth. And if you look at all of the wealthy people in the United States, that's where they started, all in real estate. So you look at a company or a hedge fund like Blackstone, that's what they're doing. They're controlling the market. They're going to raise rents on you every single year, and they're going to try to get you not to rent. And now what's going to happen, they're going to sell their real estate as the market heats back up in 2024, 2025, and they're going to cash out and they're going to do it all again. Because guess what? Real estate is cyclical. But if you stay into it for the long period of time, the long term, you have that long game in mind, you will make a lot of money. So this is going to be the best protection for you and your family. So just keep that in mind. Look at the real data. If you have any questions at all, I would love to sit down with you and give you a great buyer's presentation and dive into this data a little bit more to make sure that purchasing a home is the right move for you and your family. Make sure you give me a call. All my contact information is below, but don't forget, leave your comments below and hit that like button, guys. I really appreciate the support.